Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon and welcome to Colombo Field at Rocky Marciano Stadium on the campus of Brockton High School in the City of Champions for this joint presentation between Brockton Community Access and Bridgewater Television of the Brockton Lady Boxers taking on the Bridgewater-Raynham Trojans. My name is Peter Zimbor, joined alongside my broadcast partner, Newbie Ritso. And Newbie, this is a joint presentation that only occurs a few times a year when the media metropolis powerhouse of BTV meets up with that of BCA.
Wow, you want to talk about, this is the year of just powerhouses combining. I mean, you talk about BCA, WXBR, BCA, BTV. I mean, I don't know what's next. BCA, BTV, NBC, CNN, who knows?
The NFL and the NBA are going to merge for foot basketball.
But Peter,
crazy.
Peter, this is a huge game right here. Cross-time rivalry, BR is coming in here. 7 victories, 7-1-1. The Brockton Boxers are 6.
It's a regional rivalry.
Yeah, whatever.
I'm not cross town from one another.
Whatever.
In the same town.
Peter, the fact of the matter is people understand what I'm talking about.
Okay.
People understand what I'm talking about. That's the underlying theme.
All right.
Okay? Everyone knows what I'm talking about. They actually don't know what you're talking about.
Okay.
But anywho, the fact of the matter is it's a big game. It's a big game for both teams. Good test for the Brockton Boxers. We're coming into the, close to the second half of the season. And the Brockton Boxers got to play their best soccer right now. Play their best soccer heading to tournament time. I think they're going to catch their stride, but this is an excellent test for the Boxers right here in their home field. Beautiful day outside, so let's see what the Brockton Boxers are going to do.
The Lady Boxers are wearing the white jerseys with the black shorts. The Bridgewater-Raynham Trojans wearing the navy blue jerseys with the red shorts. This has been a rivalry between the two schools on various athletic fields, notably the football field. They play each and every Thanksgiving morning here at Marciano Stadium or on the campus of Bridgewater-Raynham. A friendly rivalry, however.
Yeah, I would say so. I mean, definitely, I remember back in the heyday, they had a pretty good basketball program, BR in Brockton. So good programs, good communities. So it's definitely, it's exciting. It's exciting.
We're playing two 40-minute halves here in girls high school soccer, and we will reference how much time is left on the scoreboard throughout the duration of this game. The time that is on the scoreboard for the fans in the stadium is also available for you, the viewer at home, on the top of your television screen. However, just to let you know, as Bridgewater-Raynham is threatening to some degree, saved by Lawrence Seaver. The score you see, or excuse me, the timing you see at the top of your screen is unofficial. The official time is kept by the referees on the field, so what you see on your screen is merely a rough estimate. As a matter of fact, for those in attendance to this game, the scorekeeper usually stops the clock with 2 minutes to go, as not to interfere with what the officials have on the field for the official time.
That would be correct, Peter.
Let's take a look at this Brockton Lady Boxers team. We mentioned Lawrence Seaver, who's in goal, already has one save on the day. Brockton right now threatening down at the end of the Bridgewater-Raynham field. Lawrence Seaver's in a goal for Brockton. This team also consists of number 2, Yasmina Texera, the junior. Number 4, Ariana Almeida, the junior. Number 5, Michaela Norman, the sophomore. Number 6, Stephanie Sokal, the senior. Junior, number 7, Mariah Texera. Sophomore, number 8, Nicole Fernandez. Number 9, the senior, Kaylee Mency. Number 10, the junior, Narita Mantra. Number 11, Moral Marion, the senior. Number 12, Haley Miller, who's a senior. Co-captain Lindsay Gomes, number 13. She's a senior. She's the co-captain alongside the goalie, Lawrence Seaver. Freshman, Maria Del Pico, number 14. And sophomores, number 15, Amanda Almeida. Number 16, Nicole Shaw. Number 18, Maya Powers. And number 20, Tiana Brooks. And senior, number 21, Linda Kang. Junior, number 22, Jennifer Caruso, who's having a fantastic season. Number 23, the sophomore, Elizabeth Buckley. And number 24, the junior, Ariana Sylvia. For the Bridgewater-Raynham Trojans, their roster looks like this. Goalkeeper number 2, Kaylee Sullivan. Number 3, Destiny Ribeiro, senior midfielder. Number 4, Sarah Maloney, sophomore. Junior, number 5, Sarah King. Number 6, Rose Bonzel. Number 7, Nicole Garrity. Number 9, Kylie Grenier, who is a captain. Number 10, Danielle Morissette. Number 11, Amanda Crisfola, who is a co-captain. Number 13, Shaylin Breslin. Number 13, Rachel Duffy. Number 14, Rachel Rego. Number 15, Nina Colombados. Number 16, Nicole Pantano. Number 17, Callie Blanchard. Number 18, Grace Thomas. Number 19, Samantha Sturdivant. Number 22, Emily Rodriguez. Number 23, Megan Garrity. Number 24, Morgan Grenier. Number 26, Nicole Nickerson. And number 30, Amanda Tavalt. The head coach for the Bridgewater-Raynham Trojans is Tim Califf, and the head coach for the Brockton Lady Boxers is Andrea Tassinari, who is in her 13th year coaching this Lady Boxers program.
Arguably the longest lineup
Well, that was the entire
announcement
roster.
in the history of BTV and BCA. That took a good 3 minutes, Peter.
It did. We have 35 minutes left in this first half. We're still scoreless at Colombo Field at Marciano Stadium.
Oh, so long I forgot originally what I was going to say.
Newbie, you are a resident of Brockton currently.
Yes, Peter. I was actually, you know what, you reminded me. Here's what I'm going to say.
Okay.
I'm a little torn today.
Because you've lived in both places.
Yes, you know, I'm rooting for the Brockton Bucks. Of course, Brockton's where my heart is. Went to Brockton High School, school system,
No
9 yards.
No objectivity for your broadcast, huh?
Have
You're
you-
out in Bridgewater.
Having said that, though, I am a Bridgewater State University alum.
You're very proud of your time in Bridgewater.
I have an office, a private office in Bridgewater.
That's right. You actually have an office in Bridgewater.
I lived in Bridgewater for 2 years in college, and I still go to a popular breakfast spot in Bridgewater at least once a week.
What is that breakfast spot in Bridgewater you speak of?
It's Brianna's.
Brianna's breakfast spot.
Actually, right next to BTV, really.
Oh, wow.
Literally next to BTV. Well, then again, in Bridgewater, everything's next to BTV.
Okay.
Get it? It's a joke. Such a small town.
Yeah.
The joke was, such a small town, anything would be next to BTV because
Yeah.
it's such a small town.
It wasn't that good.
I'll be here all week. Anywho, so I'm torn. I'm torn right now. You know, BR is right there. You know, we have a lot of students who go to BR, go to Bridgewater State University. So I'm rooting for the Brockton Boxers, but
Your place of peace is in Bridgewater.
my place of peace is in Bridgewater, and one of my favorite places to go during the nighttime is Bogart's, a wonderful establishment over there. So
You know what I've noticed about Bogarts lately? They have this one bartender or waitress that is so attractive. They put her in every picture on Facebook that they use as a promotional material.
that's interesting, Peter.
Is that all they got going on there?
I don't know.
They don't mic her very well in their promotional videos either, I must say. You can't hear anything she's saying. We'll move along. Newbie appears uncomfortable.
Yeah, I'll move along, Peter.
Because his graphics suck.
Brockton coming off a 3-0 shutout win in the last Brockton Community Access broadcast of Lady Boxers Soccer.
You know, it's funny. I've noticed the Brockton Boxers, the past few games, they've really come on really in the second half. I mean, they've really struggled to score the last few games, honestly. The last game they played they had a tough
All 3 goals came in the second half.
all 3 goals came in the second. That is correct.
2 of the 3 were from Jennifer Caruso, the junior.
Yes. She's having just, a mega season. Like, she had a fantastic season.
Multi-sport
Last year.
athlete. Does very well in the basketball court as well.
Yeah, she actually did not play basketball last year, but played as a freshman.
She was a varsity
Player
Player
as
as
a
a
freshman,
freshman.
yeah. Good spacing by the Brockton Boxers. Very impressive.
It's gonna suck next week when we have to go back to our
You know what's interesting about soccer games? There's not enough people in the crowd for someone to say something in a normal voice where you can't hear it from like 10 feet away.
like the fluid headphones too.
He's got headsets on, so he has no idea we can hear him.
Absolutely no idea. No idea what it
He's
takes.
in La La Land. Keep on talking, young man. Keep on talking.
Bruins season starts For everyone watching this game, actually a breakaway right here. This is dangerous.
This is a dangerous situation. Lawrence Seaver, one-on-one situation again. Seaver with the save.
Save out of keeper. What a save. Cool, calm, controlled, calculated confidence.
Lawrence Seaver's on top for a game tonight, newbie.
He's been on top of her games really this whole season. So he really had an excellent season, very strong for the Brockton Boxers.
A fine athlete, that goalkeeper, senior Lawrence Seaver. No senioritis for her, at least on the soccer field.
And replay. The commentators have a monitor for the first time in years.
Let's talk about the positioning of us as commentators tonight, newbie. I am broadcasting this game from inside the confines of a press box. You have opted to remain outside the press box and run a wire out to you in the crowd. Why is that?
Well, Peter, you know I'm a big-time celebrity. Everyone knows that. It's pretty much calling it fact. That's call right there. It's got tripped up. It's going to be a throw-in for the Boxers. But, you know, everyone knows I'm a pretty big-time celebrity. So once in a while, I like to step out and be amongst the commoners in the stands. You know, I don't, think it's necessary to all the time be on the press box, be in the booth, and, show a sense of stature. And I don't think it's necessary. I like to sit down and, say hi to people, drink a cup of coffee and so forth, and share some ideas, talk about politics and everything.
When are you going to run for mayor, newbie?
I'm going to run for mayor in Actually, no, I'm not running for mayor. I'm running for president in 2032.
In 2032, you're running for president?
Yeah, I'll be 43 years old. I've planned this whole thing out. I've been saying this for years. I'm running for president in 2032. My slogan is going to be, I'm the best in your face.
I'm sure that'll go well.
It will go well. People need, that's why we have a government shutdown right now. People need, someone who's going to
You
tell
could probably find some obscure party to be their candidate.
Yeah, but, people just need someone who's going to tell the truth, who's going to relate to the commoners, who's going to really provide real change here in this country. Not just say it, but do it. That's my political banter.
Till Thanksgiving.
Dangerous right there by the keeper, going outside. She missed the ball. It would have been open net for the Brockton Boxers.
Forrest, use the corners. So how much time is left, Paul? Paul is just that awesome. What? Not really left.
That gentleman who we spoke of earlier with the headsets has now been informed that everyone can hear everything he's saying.
I'm just a loud person.
Another one-on-one situation, and that's going to trickle in for the Bridgewater-Raynham Trojans, a goal.
Unbelievable. You know what? That's just good play, but by the goalie, being aggressive, just couldn't hang on to the ball. Yeah, that's just a tough break right there. Just a tough break. She was aggressive, just couldn't hang on to it.
Can we see that again? I believe that was number 11, Amanda Crisfola, the senior forward.
Bridgewater goal by number 11, Amanda Crisfola.
1-0 is your score. The Bridgewater-Raynham Trojans on top. And we've been knocked unconscious. We've got a replay. There we go. Wow, we got to check that out again. Can we rewind that? Because that was a very unique goal. Lawrence Seaver came out to save it, and I think a Brockton player actually may have bumped it in.
Well, if you take a look right here,
Now we got it in real time. That's Crisfola with the ball again. Here we go. Crisfola. Well, Crisfola did end up knocking it in, but she took a tumble to the floor along
even
with
if she
the
didn't knock
Bridgewater.
it in, the momentum of the ball would have gone to the net
Yes.
still.
So 1-0 is your score. Bridgewater-Raynham on top. 26 minutes and 30 seconds left to go in the first half. So, Newbie, you have ties to Brockton. You have ties to Bridgewater. Any ties to Raynham?
I have a cousin that lives in Raynham. No, I have a cousin that lives over there. I don't like him too much, but my cousin lives in Raynham.
Good thing they don't get BTV in Raynham. You won't hear that.
But also I have another tie, actually. Jerry Gibbs, professor of mine at Curry College, lives in Raynham.
I did not know that.
And he does some work with Raynham Public Access.
You went to Curry College prior to transferring to Bridgewater State College,
Yes, so
which is now BSU.
Exactly. I lived in Milton for 2 years.
Did not like the experience there?
Yeah, it wasn't my cup of tea, Peter. It's Montron.
They're all on.
Brockton Boxers, a very impressive win. The football team last week versus Catholic Memorial.
It was impressive.
Very, very solid victory, and they're going to face BC High soon. So they look to really want to dominate the Catholic Conference.
The Bridgewater-Raynham Trojans, their football program's having a good year as well. Kicked off week 1 with a big upset win against St. John's Prep. Another one-on-one situation. Bridgewater-Raynham's going to try to score again, make it 2-0. Lawrence Seaver says no, but the ball is still loose. The ball is still loose. Brockton's going to knock it out of
I
there.
got to tell you what, Peter, they're really putting the goalie in a tough position right now. Really, just really kudos to her, just having the instinct, but you can't put her in that position because it's tough, and they'll get a few more goals if things like that happen again. Just a slip up in the defense right there. It can't happen.
It's an ND filter.
She's really getting a day's work of
Yeah, Lawrence
days
Seaver almost
worth
had
of
a
work
day
today.
off the other night against that Catholic school. Tonight, she's working overtime. Yeah, but that Catholic school that Brockton played earlier this week, as we're taking a look at a replay of that near goal, Brockton's defenders wisely kick it out of bounds. That Catholic school that Brockton played early in the week, Newbie, took more time to come onto the field than any team I've ever seen. The national anthem happens and you think it's like, all right, let's go. They do the lineup announcements and you're like, all right, let's go. This Catholic school does this weird, like, calisthenics thing, running to the hash marks and back a few times and doing jogging after Brockton's out there set, ready to go. They do that, and you're like, okay, that must be it. We must be ready to go. So they start walking onto the field. You're like, all right, they're going to line up. No, the entire starting lineup of the team gathers in the end zone and starts praying in a circle. So like 10 minutes later, you're like, can we finally start this game? And we did, and Brockton won 3-0. I've never seen a warm-up ritual take so long in my life.
Now you're talking about Brocktonite football.
I'm talking about Lady Boxer soccer. I can't even think of the name of the school they played the other night.
So it wasn't Catholic Memorial. You said
No,
Catholic.
it was a Catholic school, something academy. It was Ursula Academy.
Right, Ursula Academy.
Ursuline Academy. Their coach was wearing neon orange shorts so that if we were going hunting, we wouldn't shoot her.
I'm sure that's the reason why she wore neon shorts.
22 minutes left to go in the first half. Brockton trails Bridgewater-Raynham by a score of 1-0. You're watching BCA and BTV. Peter Zimborn, Newbie Rateau, calling the action for you. Whether you be joining us in Brockton or Bridgewater. But BTV not available in Raynham to the best of my knowledge. Maybe they bicycle the tape to Raynham, however. I've been told that this game can be seen in Raynham. Well, it turns out your cousin will be able to watch Newbie.
Yes.
Shot on goal saved by BR.
Pete, I lied. I don't have a cousin in Raynham.
You don't?
No.
So you have no ties to Raynham.
Absolutely not.
I once won $400 on the Kentucky Derby at a dog track in Raynham.
There you go.
That's my tie to Raynham.
Special guest in the house, Jeff Fowler's in the house.
DJ Jeff Fowler, Jazzy Jeff, as all the cool kids call him.
Hey, Jeff, want to hop on headset and kind of give a shout out to all your Bridgewater fans?
Jeff Fowler on headset right now. Jeff Fowler from BTV. Jeff, how are you doing on?
It's a huge honor to have Newbie Rateau and Peter Zimbor in the towns of Bridgewater-Raynham. This is big time.
What's going on in the mighty world of BTV as of late, since Newbie and myself are both from Brockton? And astute soccer people, as our fans are well aware from listening to this broadcast.
Yes, it's great to see the fall sports season moving along here, and with the weather, we haven't really had any issues this season. And
We have not. Not even the normal issue of the mosquitoes being out and having to wait for the first frost. That did not occur this fall.
Right, exactly. And so it's great to see everybody. So we have a nice crowd arriving here at Marciano Stadium, and BR and Brockton both having a pretty decent season, and several sports. So it's good to see.
We were talking about Bridgewater-Raynham football a few moments ago. Dan Bjorn, the head coach, and his team with a big Week 1 win against St. John's Prep really set the tone for what appears to be on its way to being a solid season.
Yeah, they came out firing, and actually, as you mentioned that today, if the season were to end today, one of the first round matchups in the South Sectionals would be Brockton and Bridgewater-Raynham, which kind of makes for an interesting.
And we've got another goal for the Bridgewater-Raynham Trojans.
Nice little move there.
That is number 24 for Bridgewater-Raynham, Morgan Grenier, the freshman forward, with the goal, and Bridgewater-Raynham leads Brockton 2-0 with under 20 minutes to go in the first half.
Making herself known right there. Getting it on the Brockton defense. But yes, Peter, it's going to be an excellent wrap up to the fall season, and playoff season kind of rapidly approaching for all of these sports, as a matter of fact.
It's interesting that Brockton could play Bridgewater-Raynham twice this year, in the playoffs and, of course, their regularly scheduled Thanksgiving morning game.
Right, which makes it very interesting. It'd be interesting to see how the teams respond, although I kind of imagine that the players probably really won't care. If they're on the field, they're going to play, and they really don't care what day
Pride
it
is at stake on Thanksgiving morning, Jeff.
Yep, I think you're right. So for us as analysts, we've been making it kind of a big deal, but I think the players probably could care less. But yeah, Peter, it's been a great fall here, and it'll be interesting to see how the different sports line up, because we're used to soccer and field hockey with their playoff system, and now the football playoffs kind of coming online. Actually, all three of those teams conceivably will be playing at the same time and have very similar formats.
I really like the fact that high school football this season is going to have a legitimate state champion. They do it in basketball every year. The basketball playoff system in high school in Massachusetts is fantastic.
It is. It keeps the fans involved, and hopefully that will carry over. And hopefully it'll bring interest to all of the fall sports. I think that's kind of one of the goals of the MIA, is try to get a parity amongst all the teams, and really to get the fans involved in everything. Is really both of these schools have a great tradition of several teams making the postseason in the fall typically, and so obviously it's nice having football on board, but really nice having all of these teams involved.
I was talking to Newbie Rateau about this moments ago, Jeff. He was having some difficulties within himself because he was conflicted, because he is a resident of Brockton who grew up in Brockton, that he has strong ties to the Bridgewater community and even owns office space in Bridgewater. He didn't know who to root for. You're the type of guy who has the same situation.
Right.
More or less. You're a Brockton native, but you're a Bridgewater guy.
So usually on Thanksgiving, I'll have my Brockton High T-shirt underneath and my BTV sweatshirt on top, and then depending on how the results go,
and
we'll make adjustments during the game.
You dress accordingly.
Yes. Yeah, it's great to see the rivalry back between the two towns. You have a lot of folks in Brockton and Bridgewater and Raynham that have either grown up in those communities or have moved back and forth. So I think it was a long time coming to get these schools together, and so far I think it's been very successful.
You were a graduate of Brockton High, if I'm not mistaken. Correct?
Yes, class of '97.
Did you go to the Bridgewater State College on top of that?
I did. Yep, graduated in '03, and have been fortunate to be involved in the local area ever since, which is fantastic. I think you and me both. We've been able to broadcast a lot of these local games, which is nice. It's been able to keep us in our neighborhoods, and that's not easy to do. And a lot of folks in this field have to usually move out of state and out of the region. We've been able to keep it right here.
We have been able to keep it right here. Just over 15 minutes to go in the first half. 2-0 is your score. Bridgewater-Raynham Trojans on top. Peter Zimmer and Jeff Fowler here calling the action. Nubi Rateau also joining us today here on BCA and BTV. This is a joint presentation that only happens a few times a year, a handful of times at best, Mr. Fowler.
Yeah, and it's great to see. I think it benefits everybody involved. Getting the communities together. And I don't think a lot of people realize how much of a volunteer effort's involved with cable access and community television. So, if you can combine resources and get more people involved in an overall product, I think it's great. I see we have the boys soccer team here supporting their girls as well, checking out the game.
They always like to come on out and support, particularly after they've won themselves.
It's always good to hang around. I know the BR boys soccer team just clinched
We'll see if we can get some
tie.
of the boys soccer team on the broadcast. We'll see if we can do that.
Hey Jeff, I was just talking to
The carousel of announcers here.
Yeah, no, that's what we do, man. We just have to shake things up.
Why not?
Tough right now for the Brockton Boxers. BR just seems, just a few breaks here and there. But I got to tell you what, Brockton's a few defensive lapses. That's why they're down 2-0. It's not necessarily they're playing bad soccer. It's just, it's like you play football, fumble here and there. It's just, next thing you know, you're down by 2 goals.
Right. But still plenty of time in this game for them to get back into it. And Bridgewater and Raynham, and I'm sure Brockton as well, have very strong youth soccer programs for years. So it's pretty easy to get these girls to come right up here and jump right in.
I taught him how to play soccer.
I made him.
We have Jason Santos in the house. Jason, soccer player for the Brockton Boxers. Jason, tell us about yourself, man.
I'm Jason Santos. I'm 15. I'm a junior, and I play stopper for varsity team.
Now, did you guys? It looks like you guys are in New Jersey, so you guys played on a game on the road.
Yep.
Now, how'd that turn out?
It was up 2-0 in the first half. Then 15 minutes and then they scored 2 goals. Then in the last 5 minutes of the game, we scored another goal to win the game.
Cool, okay. So you guys got a little momentum going on right now.
Yeah.
How do you get ready for a game, man? I mean, you get up in the morning for school and everything. How do you get mentally prepared for a game like that? That's a long day for you guys. How do you get ready?
Just having a good day, don't get in trouble, and just have a good day. I have to stay positive.
Cool. Jason, man, appreciate you coming on. Good luck in the future. We'll see you, at the future games and everything.
Monday home game, 6 o'clock. Come show up your boys varsity team.
There you go.
And I want to give a shout out to my boys over there. Yup, Anderson. You got my Josue. You got Eddie. You got Elvis. Yup, my boys.
All right. Shout out to the boys up there. So 12 minutes left. Boxers down by 2 against the Bridgewater Trojans. Bridgewater-Raynham, excuse me.
All our rowdy friends show up on Thursday night at soccer games.
There you go.
Jennifer Crusoe with the ball. Back with the ball again. Brockton now with a lot of scoring opportunities in this first half. It's been a lot of Bridgewater-Raynham.
Good defense by Bridgewater, especially around the net. Definitely do a good job defending the net.
Newbie, outside of Bridgewater-Raynham High School sports being aired on BTV. BTV also well known for being home of the Bear Sports Network, Bridgewater State University Sports, which you had a significant part of starting.
Yes, Bear Sports Network, along with actually former BCA employee Chuck Scott, really helped to build something that's really one of the premier sports broadcasts, I think, out of all Division III colleges. So I had a good time. I had a chance to really not just cover a game. I think what separated the Bear Sports Network from so many other college stations was we didn't just cover the game. We really broke down player profiles and interviews and behind-the-scenes stories like no other college really did. And I shouldn't say Division III, just communication programs in general. Kudos to Jeff Fowler providing us the equipment to do so in Bridgewater State. Really actually catapulted a lot of my documentary work because I edited so many of my projects and they became longer, and eventually the documentary work started to creep into it.
Your documentaries often premiere in Bridgewater. I think all of them have.
Every premiere we do is at Bridgewater State University. I made a personal goal of mine that I don't care how big I get. I'm pretty big right now. So, I don't care how big I get. I'll never forget about the small, tiny people.
Do we have a shout out to the MIB? They're big supporters of yours, right? Is that what they're called?
MIB, Men Integrated Brotherhood.
The Men Integrated Brotherhood.
Huge supporters of my work. So shout out to them. Shout out to Bridgewater, man. A lot of people have gone to Bridgewater who really had successful careers, such as Yasmina Carvalho, Jackie Wysocki, former soccer players for the Brockton High Boxers.
I went to Bridgewater State University.
Yes, you did.
Everyone that took communications program at Bridgewater State University always has to have Nancy Street for a class.
There you go.
Shout out to Nancy Street. Do they get this in the dorm rooms at BSU?
Yes, they do.
Oh, man, that's awesome.
So it's really exciting that this game actually is going to be broadcast in 3 towns.
I'm overwhelmed in excitement.
If I was a coach right now, if my team was down 2-0, I'd call a timeout and say, everyone, let's take a walk. And walk them to the Rocky statue. And say, guys, we're down right now.
Just like Rocky was down in the first round against Jersey Joe Walcott.
I'm going to say, look up, get up, and don't ever give up. And then go back on the field and win. So I do every time. Timeout, guys. Take a walk. I don't care if we're playing basketball. Timeout. Take a walk to the football field. Let's take a little walk. Playing hockey. Have them come on the ice skates.
Thinking of ice hockey inside the EasyF Arena.
Todd Petty actually counts at large for Brockton. Suggested this idea first. I think it's a fantastic idea. Shot. Nice save right there by the keeper. I would suggest, to follow up Todd Petty's suggestion, to build a Santa hat and put it on Rocky Marciano during Christmas season. Since Brockton is known as the Guinness World Record holder, or former Guinness World Record holder.
Did that actually
Santa
get in the
hats.
Guinness Book of World Records?
Oh, whatever. I was talking about a record. Maybe it wasn't, but people believed at the time.
It's kind of like how they believe that the guy in Brockton invented the catcher's mitt.
There you go.
That's not true.
So
There's still people in Brockton who believe that, though.
I read on Wikipedia Kevin Hart was from Brockton. That's got to be a lie. The comedian. I knew he was from Philadelphia, but I heard he spent some time here in Brockton. That's got to be baloney. It was from Wikipedia, so someone must have put it in.
Pooh Charles from Brockton.
Yes, he is. That's common knowledge, Peter. Come on.
I'm just saying that, that one's fact.
So back to my point, I would really support to put a Rocky, a Santa hat on the Rocky Marciano statue. And if Todd Petty is watching, so know I'm in full support of that idea. And I'll have his back.
proprietor of Petty's Market.
Here we go, another breakaway. This is dangerous right here. Third breakaway of the game.
And look who it is again.
And I got to tell you what, you want to talk about slowing up and really blowing an opportunity right there. I mean, you got to go straight forward, and she got too cute. You know, little herky-jerky juke move right there. Had the defense for Brockton allowing them to catch up, and they blew a scoring opportunity for the Trojans. Fortunately for the Brockton Boxers.
2-0 your score. Bridgewater-Raynham on top of Brockton High. 6:10 left to go in the first half. BTV, BCA Television. We're on Channel 9 in Bridgewater, BTV. Brockton, we're on Channel 98, the Educational Access Channel. And in Raynham, well, where you find us on your TV set. And we're glad to be there. Hello, Raynham.
If I didn't live in Brockton or in Bridgewater or Milton, I would live in Raynham.
A fine place to live.
It's a fine place.
It's very easily accessible off 495.
You got a pretty good convenience store over there. That's pretty nice.
The Hess is very nice right off 495. You're right.
It's one of the best in the country.
Across the street from the Mobile.
One of the best in the country. Top 5.
Top 5 mobiles and Hess stations in the country. Raynham, Mass, no doubt.
According to the Mobile Hess
Database of fine
database.
fuel pumping establishments.
Yes.
Brockton maybe with a chance. Brockton with a chance, perhaps.
I thought Crusoe probably should have, really been a little more aggressive, not passed it. Went straight for the goal.
I'm trying to think off the top of my head, where is the Thanksgiving morning game between Brockton and Bridgewater this year? What stadium will it be at, Newbie?
It's in Bridgewater.
I like the Bridgewater-Raynham press box. It's a fine press box. And I also am a fan of the press box amenities here in Brockton. However, Bridgewater-Raynham's athletic facilities are beautiful, just redone the past 5 years, I believe. I love their basketball court.
Well, Peter, why don't you move to Bridgewater then, since you like everything over there? Huh? Tough guy?
Maybe I will move to Bridgewater. What do you think about that?
Maybe you should.
Nah, I like getting up and being at work 10 minutes later living in Brockton. I live 5 minutes from one job, 10 minutes from the other. When I lived in West Bridgewater for a period of time, I lived like 2 minutes from my job. I would get up at 7:20 and be there at 7:25.
Well, Peter, I mean, that's actually, I wouldn't be too proud of that. I mean, so between 7:20 and 7:25, you have a chance to take a shower, brush your teeth, eat breakfast.
I would not eat breakfast. I would shower the night before and I brush my teeth and I go.
Oh, okay. Whatever floats your boat, Peter.
My boat was floated with that at the time. Now, West Bridgewater has its own school, so they're separate from Bridgewater.
Yes, that is correct.
The West Bridgewater Wildcats. Those cats are wild. It's kind of a culture shock living in West Bridgewater for a few months, newbie. Things close at 9 o'clock. It's very bizarre.
I mean, it's not necessarily any different from Brockton.
No, you can find stuff open all the time in Brockton. The only place open 24/7 in West Bridgewater, to my knowledge, is the Honeydew on 106.
It's Caruso. Brockton just can't find any offensive rhythm right now, Peter.
They cannot now. Folks, you may notice at the top of your screen, the clock has stopped with 2 minutes to go. You might be saying to yourself, Self, has time stopped suddenly? What is going on? It's a fine question you ask. I'll explain as this girl kicks the ball. The official time is kept by the referees on the field. Therefore, the time on the scoreboard that we use stops with 2 minutes to go, as to not confuse the players and spectators alike as to how much time is left on the clock. What we reference during the course of the halves, respectively, is a rough estimate.
Oh, this is dangerous.
Look who it is again. This girl is dangerous. She is dangerous. Amanda Crisfola has had a few one-on-one situations in this game. She scored a goal earlier. Amanda, girl, you are dangerous. Those birds flying over your head, Snoopy, that was dangerous as well.
It was very dangerous.
You can see that one sailed to the left of the goal.
Outsides. You know, I got to tell you what, we've really been lucky this season, knock on wood, to have some, I'm talking about beautiful, perfect weather. And you know, everyone knows I'm not one to like the cold. Actually, I hate the cold.
You have the heat blaring while wearing a winter coat if it gets even remotely cold in your car.
Yes. It's to a point where during halftime of the games, I go to my car and blast the heat just to kind of recoup. Principal for Brockton, Miss Wolders in the house. That's halftime.
And perhaps you can chat with her in the second half. Your score at the half. It's the Bridgewater-Raynham Trojans 2, the Brockton Lady Boxers 0. And Andrea Tassinari is giving the official a piece of her mind on the field right now. Not happy with the way that half ended.
She's all fired up. Anyway.
Well, we'll step aside for a quick break, and we will see you in the second half.
Never look a howler monkey in the eye.
Fried ants are delicious.
We finished the clinic in a rainstorm.
Really?
That was a confidence builder. My students actually ended up teaching me. Yeah. In la keg, à la king. Think managing a sales team is tough. Try working with 5 different villages. My alarm clock was a rooster. After 2 months, I was ready to quit, but after 2 years, I didn't want to leave. I didn't know I had it in me.
Turn 2 years of service into a lifetime of experience.
One day these rats were playing in the woods. Wanted some matches and that's no good. Listen to smoke before you give it a try. Only you. Don't play with matches. Don't play with fire. Cause there's nothing very funny about rigged out money. Nothing very nice on a homeless mind. So if a gorgeous force is what you desire, don't play with matches. Don't play with fire. Yeah.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Fire.
And we're back for second half action where Bridgewater-Raynham leads the Lady Boxers by a score of 2-0. Peter Zimborg joined here now in the press box by Nubi Rateau. Nubi, you've decided to join us in the confines of the press box. What'd you do?
Climbed up the stairs like Rocky.
Oh, okay. I gotcha. I saw a trailer for a movie called Grudge Match the other day.
Right.
where Sylvester Stallone and Robert De Niro play characters who were professional boxers who apparently fought 50 years ago, and they never had a rematch, so 50 years later they're going to have a rematch. Is that a good concept for a movie, or is that going to turn out to be just terrible? I mean, we're going to have like two guys in their 60s wailing away at each other on film.
That is not a good concept, Peter.
Both teams moving at opposite ends of the field right now, as opposed to the case in the first half, as that ball trickles out of bounds. Andrea Tassinari vehemently upset with the officials towards the tail end of the first half, newbie. You don't really see that much fire from her towards officials more often than not. They must have done something to greatly upset her.
Yeah, she was pretty fired up, so let's see if the team could rally around her, though.
Sometimes a coach getting ejected from a baseball game, a manager getting ejected from Empire game, really rallies the troops when they play in support of their manager.
That is true, Peter. That'd be correct.
Baseball's got some weird psychology. I don't understand the psychology of baseball at all.
Well, baseball players are the most sensitive players.
Oh, my God. A guy walked across a mound one time, so they're going to beat him off the head with a baseball? Like, really?
At 90 miles an hour?
Yeah, how stupid is that?
That's actually, I mean, in the real world, that's assault.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, that's a weapon right there. 90 miles an hour of baseball at your head.
In baseball, it's part of the game. Let the boys be the boys.
Yeah, let the boys police themselves. I love the part when when there's a brawl, and then you got people from the bullpen who just run.
Yeah, they have no involvement. They just want to run and see it.
Yeah. See, I'd be that baseball player.
What is your
jog?
What is your favorite baseball bench clearing brawl of all time? I think mine. I know what it is, hands down.
Oh, it's got to be Pedro Martinez and Don Zimmer.
That's exactly what it is. Don Zimmer charging at Pedro Martinez. Martinez stepping to his side, grabbing Zimmer's head and throwing him to the ground.
I love how everyone said Pedro didn't throw him, he tossed him. No, he took his head and slammed him.
I mean, in his defense, I don't know what I would have done with that guy charging at me. He did the right thing.
He did not. He took his head and slammed him. It wasn't a toss. Pedro said he slid him. No, it wasn't a toss. He took his head and slammed him.
That guy was charging right at him. He had to do something.
It just got so ugly, though. You know,
Dwight Evans and Thurman Munson has been mentioned by some of our crew members in relation to Red Sox-Yankees brawls of the past.
Shut up! You don't know nobody was talking to mind yours.
Best basketball brawls, Pacers versus Pistons. Run our testing company.
Yeah, I mean, basketball doesn't have, basketball doesn't have great brawls. I mean, it's not a brawl sport.
Hockey's a brawl sport.
Yeah, even then, but you think of brawls, you really think of baseball. Basketball, they have scuffles.
They have scuffles.
Yeah. Football, I guess, is a brawl every play.
Yeah, there's not too much extracurricular because they come down so hard on the guys. Baseball and hockey, though. Slap on the wrist.
The Alex Rodriguez, Jason Veritek brawl is pretty good, though.
I believe that was the same game as the Zimmer charge at Pedro Martinez, was it not?
It was a different game.
You sure?
The Zimmer and Pedro, I was doing the playoffs.
No, it wasn't.
Yes, it was.
No, it wasn't.
Yes, it was.
You sure?
I'm positive.
Okay.
And Alex Rodriguez during the regular season.
It was a Saturday afternoon Fox game, I recall.
Yes. That's when I was the ultimate Red Sox fan. That's when I was really for the Red Sox, really enjoyed them.
How do you think the Red Sox are going to fare against Tampa Bay in their first playoff series of the year?
Peter, I have no idea. I haven't been keeping up with the Red Sox this whole season. They lost me, actually, after they let go of Terry Francona. I really haven't followed them as much as I did before.
Terry Francona will not be seeing the postseason any further as the Cleveland Indians lost to Tampa Bay. 34 minutes left to go in the game. 2-0 Bridgewater-Raynham is on top. Peters inboard, Newbie Rateau high atop Colombo Field in the press box here at Marciano Stadium. Colombo Field surrounded by the Harry C. Allen track. There's the John Waldron Snack Shack. There's something named after almost everybody in the stadium, Newbie.
That's correct. Oh, Jen Caruso just had to dodge one more defender.
Pointing at his head.
Bridgewater-Raynham. And not going to be able to get past that Brockton defender. Newbie, if you're going to have anything named after you, what would you want it to be?
It's a good question, Peter.
One of our crew members has suggested a public restroom.
I like to be. I would like a city to be named after me.
Rateau Town?
Yeah.
Rateau Town.
Maybe in due time, Brockton will be named after me. You never know.
When you're president?
When I'm president.
I'm the best in your face.
You know, I'd like a country to be named after me, actually.
It's probably the most likely.
Hey, Paul.
And then the next night, I might go to Bogarts. So
I'm just worried I don't want your voice to bleed on the microphone. It's a little loud.
Caruso with the shot, saved. Just over 30 minutes left to go in the game. Brockton in a big second half the other night. Newbie, can they have a big second half here tonight against Bridgewater-Raynham? That is the question of the day.
Well, Peter, I mean, they have a whole half to go. I mean, we're only 9 minutes in, so they definitely have the time to do it. It's just, you know, Bridgewater's playing tough. They're playing tough. They're a fundamentally sound team, very good defensively. Brockton is just, this whole season really has had a tough time scoring goals. So, you know,
chippy play on the field. Chippy.
So battling uphill, Peter, is going to be tough for the Brockton Boxers. So, hey, it's a good test, like I mentioned before. It's a good test for the Boxers to see where they're at, to see where they need to be, and you know, they only get better after this game. Here we go again.
Oh, number 11 again. Again, one-on-one situation. Over the net.
Ouch.
Amanda Crisfola is getting some opportunities in this game.
Yeah, way off on that one, though. Way wide right.
You know what? You gotta. Sometimes momentum carries you a little bit, Newbie. But man, oh man, is Amanda getting open.
Quiet night here in Marciano Stadium.
Just you say that the crowd gets very loud, Newbie.
Unrelated to the game, though, but in terms of just fans into the game, the Brockton Boxers, I mean, you know, down 2-0. Not much to cheer about.
Why are they getting so loud right now?
Peter, I don't know. I'm right up here with you.
You were in the crowd for the first half of play. You've joined me up here, however, for the second half.
That is correct.
Change your scenery for newbie.
Yeah. It's getting a little cold. It's getting a little chilly. Nice save right there by the keeper. Box right now, don't they seem a little tired, Peter? They seem a little sluggish out there.
Did you ever play soccer growing up, newbie?
In my backyard.
Okay.
During gym class. I actually, ironically, little fun fact of the day. Jen Caruso's father, Peter Caruso, was my gym teacher at the Kennedy School.
Yes.
And during gym class, yes, we did play soccer. And I was actually one of the best soccer players. And he could attest to that.
Longtime freshman football coach Peter Caruso. I don't believe he holds that title anymore, however.
No, that title actually goes to former Super Bowl champion
Artie Diaz.
Artie Diaz, along with Sam Bassong.
I did not know the Bassong was involved.
Last year, actually, Manny Garcia was also involved as well.
I thought he was still involved.
No, he's not. Just got some different opportunities that he took advantage of. But Coach Frank is also there as well. Also a police officer for the city of Brockton as well.
Manny Garcia, former guest on PM in the AM, the Metro South Morning Show. As have you been several times.
Yes. Actually, Manny Garcia, though, does have an excellent documentary.
You made the documentary, didn't you?
Yes. Yes.
Pretty self-serving.
Hence why it's excellent. No, a very good story. It's called The Bridge. Not sure when it's going to be premiered yet. But it's very fascinating how he combines music and education. Feature on that documentary is Manny Garcia and Peter Caruso. And we did some filming here during one of the freshman practices during the summertime. Even more of a fun fact, Jen Caruso's little brother plays freshman football. So, I mean, you know, and around we go.
Carusos are just everywhere.
Everywhere.
Did you enjoy Mr. Caruso's class at the Kennedy School, newbie?
Oh, it was an excellent class.
My gym teacher in elementary school was Mr. Curtin. Long since retired. Hope you're doing well, Mr. Curtin. Used to always say, bouncing butterballs. I don't know what that means, but he used to always say it. Shot on goal, and that's going to be wide left. There was a goal, most impressive, the other night, courtesy of Amanda Almeida from about 30, 35 yards out. Boom, nailed it.
Unbelievable.
Cameron is having a conversation about his other occupation in footwear. Will you buy sneakers from him?
You know, I'm actually a little insulted because Matt Nelson was in our training course back in junior high, and it was actually my first time working at BCA. He was probably 12 at the time. I always told Matt, you know, the one thing you got to recognize when you're in the studio or when you're in a truck show, if you have headphones on, you never realize how loud you are.
That's why I always keep one off.
So you always want to keep one off.
It's a trick that I learned a long time ago.
Or if you have both headsets on, just be cognizant. You might be a little louder, so you might want to talk a little softer. So, obviously, 10 years later.
Ooh, that girl just took a spill.
10 years later, Matthew Nesson still has not learned anything from that training class. So maybe it was a fault of myself as an instructor.
Some of those kids from that camp that we taught, like, have kids now. How weird is that?
Yeah, it shows you how old we are.
I know. I feel old.
No longer young bucks, Peter.
What was that girl's name? Alicia? What? She was in our camp.
Yes, she was.
She recently gave birth to a child. Congratulations, Alicia.
So 23-20, 23-30 left in the game.
I've said 2 things in the course of this broadcast that has made newbie look at me and say,
Yeah,
change the subject.
that'd be correct, Peter.
I don't know if that's ever happened once before, let alone twice in one game.
Exactly.
You know, BCA offers training classes to residents of Brockton. BTV, Bridgewater Television, offers training courses to residents of Bridgewater and students at Bridgewater State University, newbie.
That is correct, Peter.
And the folks do a fine job at BTV, Jeff Fowler and company. I like the atmosphere at BTV every time I go there.
Oh, it's a great atmosphere.
It really is a fantastic atmosphere. I haven't probably been there in a year, but you just get a good vibe as you walk through the door.
Credit that to Jeff Fowler, Brocktonian, actually.
We talked about that earlier. He's a Brocktonian, but a Bridgewater guy.
Excuse me for that noise. I just killed a mosquito. It's been bothering me the whole game. I finally got it.
Years ago, there was like a bee's nest upstairs at this press box, and there's bees everywhere doing the broadcast. That was not fun. I think that you would be a type of guy that would be freaked out by bees.
I think Peter, Peter, no one, who says I like being around bees?
I mean, if you don't bother them, they don't bother you. But I think that you would just...
Yeah, that's, I don't believe that for a second. I've never heard that in my life.
You hate cats, we know that. Newbie hates cats and mayonnaise.
That is correct.
Very few things in this world that he absolutely despises, but cats and mayonnaise are amongst them.
Those are 2 of them, Peter.
Is there anything besides cats and mayonnaise that you just despise?
No, I mean, I'm very easy to get along with, amicable.
You went to Egypt one time and had to walk through a shopping mall in Egypt
full
loaded
of
with
cats. Literally hundreds. Literally hundreds of cats.
Describe the experience for me.
It was incredible.
Were you freaking out?
I was more shocked than anything. The amount of cats in one place. And when I went to Egypt, actually, it's they're sacred animals. But actually, back in history, just bear with me as I act like I know what I'm talking about.
Okay.
They used to mummify cats. So that's the end of that story. So 20 minutes left. Box is just getting nothing done offensively here. There's a real coming out real flat today.
Did we jinx ourselves by mentioning mosquitoes in the first half? Now there are mosquitoes, newbie. Been
Possible.
suggested.
That is possible. Nice play right there. Goal!
That is our goal for Brockton! That is number 10 for Brockton, Narita Montrand. supposed to continue it. Then we end with an oh.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't know what you were saying. Here we
Oh.
go right here. Nice
Oh.
free play. What a great pass by Montron. Good at play. Just like that, Box has cut the deficit in half. Right back in the game.
Narita Montron finds the corner of the net, so that is 2-0 now. That will add to the scoreboard. 2-1 rather. Brockton cuts the deficit to 1 with 19 minutes left to go in the game. Narita Montron says, "We're not going quietly, folks. Putting up a fight." With Scrappy. Like Scrappy Doo, Scooby's nephew. That was a weird spin-off of Scooby-Doo, wasn't it? Scrappy-Doo? Our cameraman's conversations are getting weirder. He's talking about my radio show, though, so I'll let him keep talking about that. He's talking about the time we interviewed Ted Nugent on our show, Newbie.
There you go.
Got an email before I came to this broadcast, Newbie. Either Tuesday or Wednesday of next week, there's a chance Brian Wilson's going to come on the show.
Oh, wow. Now, who's Brian Wilson?
Brian Wilson is the lead songwriter for the Beach Boys.
Yes.
Our director wants me to hit you.
Well, you know what, Peter? I'm pretty sure half of the people, I'd say more than half of the people in Brockton who are under 60 don't know that.
Nah, Brian Wilson's he's a well-known dude.
I don't think so.
Come on. Brian Wilson's a well-known dude.
I don't think so.
He's a legend.
I'm willing to bet if you ask, I'd say...
Do you know who Brian Wilson is? She knows who Brian Wilson is.
If you ask anyone here in the stands, I'm pretty sure 70% of the people would not know who Brian Wilson is.
Well, 70% of the population is just dumb then.
I'm not so sure about that. Maybe your pulse of the population is a little wrong, Peter. I'm actually very tempted to ask a lot of people here.
You want to go around asking people if they know who Brian Wilson is?
We'll ask after the game, then we'll put it, create a little halftime show.
Yeah.
Next
Well,
game.
this is a very young demographic. They might not know who Brian Wilson is.
You're making my point.
If you ask them who the Beach Boys are, they'll know who they are.
Yeah. You're making my point, Peter.
You should know, Newbie. You're an educated man.
I don't care about the Beach Boys.
You don't care about the Beach Boys?
No.
I love the Beach Boys.
I think they suck.
You think you? Whoa!
Yes.
Blasphemy!
Yes.
Blasphemy! What don't you? Why do you have such strong disdain for the Beach Boys,
I don't
Newbie?
like their music. I think it sucks.
What about it sucks?
I don't like their music. I just don't like it.
T-shirts, cutoffs, and a pair of thongs. We've been having fun all summer long.
Now I really don't like the music. Please spare me, Peter.
I wish they all could be California girls.
Our ratings are plummeting right now, Peter.
No, people like my version of California Girls.
I'm so sure about that.
I have a favorite Beach Boys song depending on what mood I'm in, Newbie.
I could tell that, Peter.
Yeah. If I'm in a happy mood, I like to listen to Don't Worry, Baby. If I'm in an introspective mood, I like God Only Knows.
There you go. Uh-oh, here we go. Oh, what a pass! You know, I would have been offsides, though. Good pass, would have been offsides. If the Boxers can walk out of here and tie up this game, I mean, what an accomplishment.
They would get 1 point in the standings for a tie. You get 2 for a win. You get none for a loss.
Corner kick right here.
Do-do-do-do. I know who your favorite Beach Boy is.
Uh-oh, here we go. Had an opportunity right there.
Newbie, I know who your favorite Beach Boy is.
Who is it, Peter?
It's the drummer, Dennis Wilson.
Yeah, sure, why not?
Dennis Wilson was in your documentary, right?
Dennis Wilson, the one that's alive, yes.
You mean that's not the drummer for the Beach Boys, the guy in your documentary?
No.
All this time, I was misled. I thought Dennis Wilson coached Madison Park basketball.
No. MP Pride, MP Pride.
That's what I thought that song Be True to Your School was about. I was wrong, though.
Boxers are really aggressive right now. This is what I like to see. But just stifling defense by the Trojans. Boxers right now, they have some momentum. They're really taking control of this game, and I really think they have an opportunity right now. I like what I'm seeing by the Boxers right now. Really like what I'm seeing. Dangerous, here we go.
Danger. And Stevens going to grab that. And there is a Bridgewater-Raynham player on the ground, and she is grabbing her
think she
head.
got, yeah, looks like she got kicked in the head.
That's not good. And trainers for both Brockton and Bridgewater-Raynham will tend to her on the field. So 11:51 to go in the game. Bridgewater-Raynham leads Brockton 2-1. You're watching BCA Sports and Bridgewater Television. Peter Zimbor and Newbie Bateau. High atop Colombo Field at Marciano Stadium calling the action.
Well, just want to shout out the crew doing a fantastic job. We have Michael Simmons on camera, Matt Nelson, Aaron T-Boss, Paul Mandeville, Jeff Flower, John Luck, all doing a fantastic job.
Doing a very good job tonight.
Good job, guys. Game looks beautiful. Replay. So just shout out to BTV for allowing us to use the truck. And
well, let's take a look at some of the highlights of this game thus far as Bridgewater-Raynham leads Brockton by a score of 2-1. Newbie. This right here is number 11 for Bridgewater-Raynham, and you're seeing the tail end of it as Amanda Crisfola got Bridgewater-Raynham on the board, leading by a score of 1-0 at that point in the game. Then it was number 24 for Bridgewater-Raynham heading it into the net. Morgan Grenier making 2-zip. Brockton had to bounce back. Their back was against the wall. And ultimately, well, when their back was up against the wall, they responded in kind. So it was number 10 for the Lady Boxers, Narita Montrond, putting that one in the corner of the net. Good job, Narita Montrond, getting some love and some hugs from her teammates.
she walks off on her own power.
And that is number 7 for the Bridgewater-Raynham Trojans, Nicole Garrity, the midfield sophomore. So we'll be resuming this game momentarily. Bridgewater-Raynham leads Brockton 2-1, 11:51 left to go in the game. Suzanne DeFalco has ventured into the press box. Newbie.
Maybe she'll be the good luck charm, though.
Suzanne DeFalco was present Tuesday night when the Boxers scored 3 goals in the second half,
That is
needing
correct.
1 to tie and 2 to lead. Perhaps she can provide some insight on how she thinks that the Lady Boxers should handle this situation against Bridgewater-Raynham Trojans. Suzanne, with Brockton trailing 2-1 late in this game, and having the edge here in the second half, having scored 1 goal, whereas Bridgewater-Raynham's 2 goals came in the first half. Do you see a trend where Brockton is gaining momentum and strength as the game moves forward? And how do you think they should approach Bridgewater-Raynham in these next 11-plus minutes of the game?
Well, Peter, Brockton actually just got their goal right as I was arriving at the stadium. I'm a little late to the game tonight.
There you go.
But hopefully I can be a good luck charm. That would be nice. You know, Brockton, you need to step up on the offense, as always. If they're the only goal in this half, obviously they've set Bridgewater back a little. Always good to keep anybody from getting in. So if they've kept Bridgewater out this whole half, and there's a nice shot on goal, but right to the goalie. Oh, thanks.
She sounds a lot better than freaking me.
Brockton's only goal tonight so far by Narita Montrond, and I think she's gotten 1 or 2 other goals this season so far. Jen Caruso with the ball there. She, I believe, is the leading scorer right now for the team so far this season. Jen actually got 2 out of the 3 goals against Ursuline on Tuesday night. That game got real exciting, came alive in the last 20 minutes, all 3 goals. Under 10 minutes now on the board. Certainly not out of Brockton's hands. They can make this happen, at the very least a tie.
It's unfortunate we can't hear Peter with this analysis.
Peter's doing, hang on.
Did Peter forget he didn't have a microphone?
In the first half of the game the other night against Ursuline Academy, Ursuline Academy put up a respectable game while their coach was wearing neon orange shorts. She switched to black sweatpants in the second half, and that's when it all went downhill. Is there a correlation between the two? I'm not saying that it's out of the realm of possibility. Well, that's all there is to that.
Yeah, I those stats really annoy me. Like you hear in basketball, you know, like the Patriots are 20-0 when Bill Belichick wears green. You know, like.
Do you remember in the late 90s when they had stats based on what hair color Dennis Rodman had, how well the Bulls did?
Unbelievable.
The Bulls were just really good in the 90s, though, so no matter what color his hair was, they were doing all right.
The Celtics are now 20-0 if they win the tap. Like, come on.
You know what, the year the Patriots went undefeated in the regular season, they lost the majority of the coin tosses? Yeah. And despite that against them, they were able to run the gamut in the regular season and go 16-0.
Oh, wow.
What a grab.
What a save. What a play. What a kick.
Impressive to say the least. She was so calm, cool, and collected, too. Said, yeah, no big thing. Just kicked it out. That's a girl with confidence in her soccer goalkeeping abilities.
What is going on here? Oh, come on. That's got to be a call right there. She got assaulted. Get out of here. Come on. Get out of town. Get out of town. It's a horrible call. Unbelievable. Get out of here.
Not a fan of that call, Newbie, are you?
Get out of here. Get him out of here.
Lindsay Gomes puts this one in play, and then it goes back out of play. She grabs the ball. She can put it back in play. And then, sure enough, it's going to go out of play. Just over 5 minutes to go in this contest, Newbie.
If this team could gain any inspiration from the Rocky statue, it's now.
Did you ever touch the Rocky statue before broadcast, Newbie?
All the time, Peter. Whenever I'm upset or stressed, I walk up to the statue and say, Rocky.
Does Rocky answer you?
If you listen closely enough, he does. It
We've
looks
got
like
another
she
down Bridgewater-Raynham
twisted her
player.
ankle, her left ankle. Bridgewater, BTV, excuse me, got their new truck.
It's a beautiful truck.
It's a beautiful truck. Ironically, it's a year when I got to Bridgewater State. So I think it's a big reason why BTV received their multi-million-dollar truck.
Because of your arrival, you think?
Because of my arrival. They seen the potential that Bridgewater State and BTV could arrive to with a little better equipment through the eyes of newbie. And they made the unanimous decision that a multi-million-dollar truck should be granted immediately to Bridgewater TV. So I take full credit, actually.
All right. We're learning a lot about Newbie Rato's humility today. He's given us his plans to run for president in the year 2032, and his slogan is going to be, "I'm the best in your face." Think people can get behind that, Newbie?
Oh, yeah.
I'm the best in your face. Like the Yes We Can chant from Barack Obama a few years back.
And here's how I'm going to twist it. I'm not really going to mean it. I'm going to twist it as in, I'm the best means the voters. You're the best. in the political, the whatever, the governor, president, whatever, city councilor, in their face. So the people are the best in their face. That's how I'm going to spin it. Am I really going to mean it? No. But that's how I'm going to spin it. You're the best in my face, All about marketing, Peter. All about marketing.
Damn it, 3. Where'd they go? Damn it, 3.
I tried, but it's not.
So Bucks right now running out of time. Just over 2 minutes left in the game. Dangerous right here.
Brockton looking to tie this game up. Bridgewater-Raynham looking to hang on to the lead. Clock stops at 2 minutes to go. Official time kept on the field by the referees.
This is part of the Brockton Box's last best chance right here.
Everyone's going to act quick here with just moments remaining in this game. Brockton knows they got to act quick.
He does when this, cops are
Yeah, the Trojans right now just playing great defense. I mean, just...
They're in a prevent mode.
Ball game.
And the Bridgewater-Raynham Trojans hang on to defeat the Brockton Lady Boxers by a score of 2-1. Newbie, your final thoughts?
Peter, it was a good game. Right now, Bridgewater's just a better team. So it comes down to they're a better team. They played tough, but Brockton Boxers got a lot of work to do. They got to work on their scoring. The last few games, they're really having trouble, putting some goals up. And offensively, they're struggling a little bit. More of a defensive team, solid defense, but Brockton Boxers got to work on the offensive production.
Well, your final score from Colombo Field at Marciano Stadium: Bridgewater-Raynham 2, Brockton 1. For everyone here at BCA Sports and Bridgewater Television, my broadcast partner Newbie Ritzel, I'm Peter Zimbor. We will see you next time. Thanks for watching.